Sing me a song of a lass that is gone. Say, could that lass be I? Mary of soul, she sailed on a day over the sea to sky.
Hi, Nellie. This is coming to you to wish you a 65th happy birthday. And remembering you back when 65 years ago, I got to meet you for the first time and was so excited and still am to call you my sister, my little sister. Memories of you as a child, of course, stand out with your love for singing, whether it's taking a bath or in the car. Your love for Bible stories to teach all the little kids in the neighborhood from when you were young to even high school, and even present tense. You still reach out to your neighbors in a way that I so admire. As a sister, of course, I appreciate your discipline of fitness and spiritual concerns to be a godly woman and care for Bobby and your children and grandchildren. And also for us as siblings, you're always there for us. And as a friend, I know that people love and adore you because you're enjoyable and fun and deep thinking and very much concerned for the good of others. And I just want to wish you a very happy birthday and proud of you as my sister and love you dearly. Happy birthday, Nellie.
Dave and I want to wish you a happy birthday, and just know that 65 years, it sounds a little old, but it's not really. You are so young at heart, and of course you'll always be my baby sister. So I just want you to know that it is the best having you in my life, and I can't even imagine really ever having life without you. And the fun we've had through the years, the things we've shared, and there are many stories I could share, but there are two things I want to say about you. One is that you are a passionate lover of Jesus Christ, and it shows in your life. It has all through it, and I admire that. The other thing that I really admire is the way that you love people and cultivate relationships and friendships through the years. So many of us, we have friends while we're in contact with them, like through, work, but then they fall off and we don't renew them. But that's not the case with you. You keep them, and that's so wonderful. But it takes work, and I think that's a rare trait. But I just want to say thank you for being a blessing in my life, and I wish you many more wonderful birthdays. But I'm so glad to be able to express this on your birthday, big 65-year-old.
Hi, Nellie. I am so glad to have the opportunity to share with you and others how special you are to me. Please forgive me. I'm trying to do this with notes, and I'm not good at public speaking, which you know. So it may be a little bit disjointed. Here it is. In my mind, I can still see my little sister with her stuffed animal stuck under one arm and her thumb stuck in her mouth on the other, following me around, or perhaps me following you around. Another special memory I have of you is when we'd be swimming in the pool in Sacramento, all of us 4 kids, and we'd try and have a tea party at the bottom of the pool, and Janice and Joyce and I would be down at the bottom, and I'd look up, and there you'd be at the surface with your head underneath there, moving your arms, but your little bottom was like a buoy and just couldn't leave the surface. It was the cutest little thing. I also have many memories that are saturated with you as a joyful, happy, playful girl and woman who brings laughter and joy to a home. I even remember how you used to be able to make Joyce laugh when she was reluctant to do so. You almost had the special gift of woo for her. She'd try not to laugh, and the next thing you know, be laughing. You've been a testimony to me for loving others. I would be hard pressed to count how many people you have taken under your wing to mentor and value. When I was younger, it mostly seemed that the people in your group were girls that were the least gifted and easily overlooked. Needless to say, not a resource group that I'd have been seeking, but your general love for them touched me, and it still does. And also, on a side note, I need to mention with regards to resource group, if it hadn't have been for you and Bob, but if it hadn't been for you and then you married Bob and me moving to Lake Forest, I never would have met the love of my life, Deb, and married her, of course. And I have you to thank for that. What another gift you've given me. Another testimony that you've been for me is your commitment to loving God and pleasing Him. Like Mom, I often found you studying His Word and seeking His direction and favor for your life. Something that I saw consistently with Mom, and I see it consistently with you. I know this because I live with you at Lake Forest, as you know, and many mornings we're up with your coffee, doing your Bible study, doing your prayer time, and staying consistent with that, with whatever was going on in your life, that it was a priority, and I could see it, and it was hugely impactful for me. These two testimonies have been strong for me, as well as your sense of kindness. You're always kind. You're not a mean, hurtful person. And very strong testimony of God's working in your life and just who you are by nature. So loving God and loving others, that about sums up what is the most important things in this world. And you, little sister, have been a great reminder to me by observing this in your life. I am so thankful that you were born and joyfully celebrate 65 years of your journey. I would bless you, bless your husband, bless your children, bless your grandchildren. Happy birthday, Nell. I love you tons.
Nellie, it's your 65th birthday. I cannot even believe it. You are such a dear friend to me, Nellie, one of my dearest friends, and I get to call you my sister-in-law. So I am like doubly blessed there. You were my very first introduction into the Hardison Thomas clan. And who knew that, but you didn't realize when you called me to babysit that first time that you'd be stuck with me for the rest of our lives. But here we are, and I'm so glad that you are stuck with me. I have to look at my notes, so I apologize. It's not going to be super smooth, but I don't want to leave anything out. Nellie, there are just so many ways in which I look up to you. I admire you for so many things, and I'm just going to touch on a few here, but there's more. But the very first one is your ability to be real. It's one of the very first things I noticed about you when we met. I'm like, oop, she's a pastor's wife, but she's real. So you're a real person. You accept people without pretense, and you don't really put on pretenses yourself. And I admire that, and I look up to that. You are such a kind and empathetic person. You have this amazing ability to make anyone you are talking to feel like they're the only person and that they're cared about and they're an important person. I have a funny memory about your empathy. I remember one time we were walking into a movie theater. I can't remember where exactly we were at, but the person working there had a little bit of a disability, and you you just showed them such kindness, and then you turned around and talked to me, and you had just tears in your eyes, and you're like, they're so sweet. I'll just never forget the way that you care about people and look at them as real people. Your love of God is just another thing that I look up to you for. And I know Wayne said this too, but you're just so faithful in your spiritual walk, and you've continued to learn and grow ever since I've known you. So I have not seen you get to a point where you're like, well, I'm 60 now, or I'm 62, or I'm 65. I don't need to keep growing. It's just something you're just so very faithful about doing, and can always count on seeing you doing your devotions in the morning, first thing at the table, with your cup of coffee and your little bit of breakfast. So your laughter is another thing I really admire about you. You have such a great laugh, Nellie, and you have such a fun ability to laugh at yourself and at various circumstances. So it is infectious and it's joyful, and I absolutely love laughing with you. And last but not least, your hospitality. I have to tell you, you have been such an influencer in my life in this way. I don't feel like hospitality comes very naturally to me. But I literally, when I have groups of people over, think, okay, what would Nellie do? So instead of what would Jesus do, it's a what would Nellie do in this situation? And you make it seem so effortless. You have blessed so many people with your hospitality, Nellie. You're just amazing. You're so gifted. You're so wonderful. You're a great cook, great griller. I've learned so much from you. Nellie, I just love you so, so much. I could go on and on, but I will spare you and your family from watching a very long video. You're just such a dear person. I'm so excited to celebrate 65. And I just pray God's richest blessing in the year to come. As I got to thinking about this, thinking about what I was going to say, it occurred to me, I'm pretty sure Bob had his 65th this year. You had your 65th. I had my 50th. I kind of think a winter vacation is in order. So we'll have to talk about that. But wish we could celebrate in person. You are so, so loved, Nellie, and I can't wait to catch up. Love you.